BMW 118i M Sport sports hatch with 5 doors. It's got some new changes since the last 1 series. It's front wheel drive, it's slightly wider, which allows for more leg room, especially in the back. It's a little higher and longer too, and not everybody's happy with the changes, but I think it still looks nice, sporty, and BMW has struck a balance between an aggressive looking car and a family friendly 5-door hatchback, with a lot of BMW's design DNA still there. The grille's big, and I like the angles there as well. It makes it look very sporty. This version here is the Alpine white color version, but where I really want to make this video about is the tech inside and outside as well. That makes it one of the best cars, one of the best hatchbacks to consider when it comes to technology pack in a car. Number 1 is entertainment and sound system. It has a Harman Kardon setup, which if you've listened to one of these before, you know that it sounds fantastic. It fills the car. It can also be tweaked, so if you're advanced, you can adjust the equalization if you like to. If not, you can just do the basic bass and treble adjustments, and you can go with whatever music you like to listen to. You can even adjust the surround sound audio as well, which I quite like. It caters for all music genre, which is something I really like. The big display has the latest BMW operating system on there. It's touchscreen, and infotainment system comes with DAB, Bluetooth, FM. You can even connect to it via USB, so you can use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is pretty neat and very responsive as well. The mapping system is good as well, and I like the logical display system. Is very nice, so you can do split screen and all that stuff. Number 2 is connectivity. The reason why I mention this is that BMW has included ample amount of USB ports in this car, and not just USB ports. You have USB-C, which brings BMW up to date with the latest smartphones out there today and some other devices as well. I mean, even the iPad Pro from Apple uses a USB-C port now. And if you have one of the latest MacBook Pros, you'll be able to charge your laptop on the move. So if you've been driven, for example, as well, you'll be able to work and charge your laptop at the same time. You also get wireless charging plate for your phone. So if you have any Qi wireless charging compatible devices, you'll be able to use it there. And I also like where it's placed, because if you have Google Maps on there, it means you don't have to then invest in a separate phone holder to be able to look at your phone and drive, although you shouldn't be doing that anyway. Number 3, you can share keys with others. So with the 1 Series, you'll be able to unlock your car with some compatible Samsung devices out there. And if you need to share keys with your family member, you can also do so, which is very neat. It's a neat party trick, if you ask me. Number 4 is the safety element and the driver assistant that's available. So when parking, you can use reverse park assistant as well, for example. So if you need to get out of a space and you don't want to struggle to look at where you're going and all that kind of stuff, you can still look for safety reasons, but at the push of a button, the car can cover you up to 50 yards, so you can reverse and remember your last maneuver into a space, which I found very, very interesting. It works really well. At first, I was a bit like, why would I need this? But when I was put in a position where I actually needed it, then I realized that actually this is a really neat feature to have in a car. You also have all kind of other safety elements, safety features such as lane assist, lane departure warning, front collision warning, and plenty more there as well. You can also adjust them and tweak them to suit your driving style. So in case you don't want all of them switched on, you can turn some of them on and off as you wish. Number 5, the last one for me, is the heads-up display and the gestures. Whilst this version didn't have the hand gesture control, you can add that as an extra, which allows you to do things like change music track, pause or play, and end your phone call, and so on. Another is the voice control, which works really well to my surprise. It works a little bit like Google Assistant. It allows you to do things like ask for a location or call someone, for example, using just your voice. It just means you can keep your hands on the steering wheel and keep your eyes on the road a bit more. And it's very responsive as well. It picks up my voice very clearly. It works every time I tried it, which again, I was very surprised. You can even adjust the name as well. So instead of using Hey BMW all the time, you can change it to something like Hey Gadgets Boy. You can do whatever you want with it. I think they're the only assistant as well, assistant service or voice control service that allows you to do that as well, which is pretty neat. The heads-up display is also very cool. You can see in all different angles. So if you're leaning to the side for whatever reason, you can still see it clearly. And it's not just a simple display showing basic information. It shows everything else. So it's very colorful. So you can see things like directions, speed warnings, and you can even view your music library and change it as you're driving, which again, I don't advise you to do so, but at least you still keeps your eyes on the road, which is pretty neat. It's colorful, visible, non-distracting display, and you can adjust